Okay, boys and girls. So, as you know, we're in Module 4 of our math unit, and here are the goals that we're working on in this unit. We're working on using different strategies. We're working on solving word problems, decomposing numbers, finding a number that makes 10, and fluency. Today's lesson, we're going to be focusing on decomposing numbers. And just a reminder, here are our math strategies and our goals that we are working on. So make sure you find your goal and you practice your goals every day. All right, boys and girls, before we get started, let's go over our math vocabulary. Our math vocabulary words. So the first one is whole. The whole is the two numbers combined together. So the whole is what the two numbers combined together. This is the number bond. The number bond is different ways that we could decompose or compose numbers. We could use a number bond to help us decompose or compose numbers. This part of the number bond are the parts. The two parts make the whole. So just a reminder, boys and girls, number bonds help us decompose and compose numbers. The whole is the sum of the parts, and the parts are the pieces that make the whole. All right, boys and girls, let's get started on some math. So I have a picture here. I want you to take a look at it and tell me what you notice. What do you think? Okay. Cool. Okay, let me tell you what I noticed about this picture. I noticed that there are 4 green counters. Let's count it to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I noticed that there are 2 counters in the part, 1, 2, and 2 counters in the red, 1, 2. Let me tell you what I noticed about that. I noticed that there are 4 counters here, so I'm going to write the number 4. I noticed that there are 2 counters here, so I'm going to write the number 2. And I noticed that there are 2 counters here, so I'm going to write the number 2. You know what that tells me? That tells me that 2 plus 2 equals 4. My 2 parts equal my whole. And I just want to prove my work and make sure my answer is true. So I'm just going to count it to make sure. 1, 2, and I'm going to count on 3, 4. These 2 parts may equal the whole. Okay, now I want you to try one with me. Let's try one together. So let's pretend that I have three counters in my whole and 1 in my part. What numbers would you write above? Write it on your boards. Okay. Did you write 1, 2, 3 here? Did you write 3 there because there are 3 counters there? And did you write 1, 2 here? Because there are 2 green counters. And did you write 1 counter here? Because there's 1 counter? Yeah, and what does that tell you about 2 and 1? Tell me, I'm listening. Yeah, that told me 2. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Let's count it just to be sure. 1, 2, 3. These 2 parts equal my whole. Okay, now I want you to try one more by yourself. Make sure you erase your boards. Erase, 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 erase. And this time, I want to try using some different tools. I have a boat. I have 5 different cars inside of my whole. What 2 numbers can I use to make my part? I want you to try it out. Okay, so now let's see. Did you write a 5 in your whole? Did you write a 5 there because there are 5 different cars? Cool. But here's the thing about 5. There are different ways that I can make 5, right? I could do maybe you did it like this. Maybe you said 1 and 4. Maybe you did it like this. where you said 4 and 1, or maybe you did it like this. Three and 2. So there are different ways that we can make 5, and I can use my pictures and my objects to help me. Boys and girls, thank you for doing math with me today. What I want you to do now is to get your exit ticket and complete your exit ticket. Then you could go to the next slide and you can self-assess your work. See you soon.